Everyone, today I'm going to talk about the rise and fall of Adolf Hitler. Okay, now first off, you know about World War II, right? Actually, a fought, but not any interesting thought about it. Ask me a little, and plus all, I I am trying to make a stage concert or something. So let's talk about a dark story about Adolf Hitler. Now, you know who he is, right? He's a man, and he's a kind of a ruler, and he made a kind of army, and he made Nazi Germany. Actually, I tried to make a fort, but not really a great idea. Hitler was born in April 20, 1889, in Berlin, in Bonjour, in Australia, and he had a father and a mother. So actually, I just know about World War II, so I don't talk about the facts. He never go to school in the age of 16 in 1905, and he can't afford to go to Miss Adolf grader. So he had a struggle, and when he was in Berlin in 1913, that Hitler became introduced by ideas of Karl Luger. He's a mayor. I actually know about a mayor, but so he blamed Jews, and also that's what Hitler thinks. So that's not hard enough to do anything wrong. But how what is his history? We're going to talk about later. In World War II, Hitler served the German army, and he was wounded twice. Twice. It means 2 times. He found himself in the hospital in 1980. In 1918, and later, just because later he became a man. And of course, later I told you there's something really wrong. After the war, Hitler became National Social German Workers' Party. That means the Nazi Party. And he quickly, as a powerful speaker, and also he personated angry people to blame the Jews. And he attempted to the German army to for real hard purchases, and he was imprisoned. Yeah. So he also write something when he was in prison. It's called Adolf Camp, and also the main camp is in the book and now in a museum. He turned his democracy into a Hitler rule. Then, and he made other people imprisoned. Then he also made some Jews go into a stop line. That's a camp. Do you know what a stop line is? A camp where some people are in prison for, but it's actually not really a bad camp though, because it's actually provide food, but way less food, but way less comfort. So the camp is made up of 75% of daylight and 65 of waterway, and also 55 of food. So that's the diff camp, and that's where Jewish people lived, but not really wrong, because he also tried to stop the Soviet Union, but not a real false idea. Sorry guys. And also in must be in later, Hitler trying to make some Jews into a deadline, where some people camp there will provide way less food. It's 55 food. I actually talk about later. And also, that's not really a bad idea, but sometimes a death camp can also have sometimes they have a really less comfort. It means daylight, and it's really hard to see, and because must be in 1980 or whatever, America is trying to invade Berlin, and also he took his own life in his underground cabin. Yeah, that's the end of Nazi Germany. Okay, now, so that's that's the end of Nazi Germany. So Berlin is free now. So that's why this is the end of that's the end of. So I have to watch a little bit, and now we also need a little advice first. First of all, actually I have no choice to open this thing, the movie I have to watch, because the other movies I already watched already, and of course I never talked about this movie, so I have to open it. And second of all, it's a little hard to talk about because I always read the computer, so it's actually a little hard. So remember, guys. Let's see. First of all, in a second time, in 100%, you know that Hitler's mustache is called the toothpaste mustache. Yes, because you know his mustache look like an old-fashioned toothpaste brush, and also that's resemble a toothpaste brush. That's kind of a little funny because I always like to have a mustache. Sometimes I actually think that thing is actually never grow up into, because it look like a little fake. So it must be he had to put it in when he was 18. So oh yes, of course. So it's a little funny because why I see this movie is not actually great, because the character of the movie is not resembling anything about Hitler, because he's talking about Charlie Chaplin's. Okay, this is the end of my movie, and goodbye. See you later.